go ahead and get started. This is Leilani Evans with TAG, Construction Software Sales Associate. I am happy to be here every Wednesday morning with you all, discussing all of the elements related to Sage construction software and making you more successful with this technology. Today's presentation is going to be on Sage Paperless, the document management system, and specifically the mobile aspect of it and all of the capabilities that it gives you. Our presenter is Olivia Roemer, who is our division manager and also a Sage certified consultant, has been working with this program for a while now, working with Sage as a user and then implementing as well. So we are happy to have her lead us through this presentation.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. So today, I just want to make sure everybody can see my screen here. So today what I'm going to show you is the mobile applications for Sage 100 Contractor and Sage 300 Construction and Real Estate, the paperless piece. So this is mobile approval of invoices and being able to capture invoices mobilely as well. So I'm going to show you both of those pieces today. So right now I'm in the traditional Sage Paperless desktop, and I'm logged in as a AP processor, Rose. And I've got my typical workflow here. I've got my invoices. I'm going to go ahead and enter in those invoices. So real quick, we'll just enter in this invoice that I have here, because I want to show you what happens once I enter in this invoice. Okay, put in the date here real quick. And the amount. Oops. And this particular one is for a subcontract, so I'm just looking up that subcontract real quick. That's the one this goes to. I'm selecting the line, and it's for, oops, $13,750. Okay, so when I route this around, you'll notice that this invoice is automatically set to route to me for approval, because that is based on the routing rules that I have set up into the software. So I'm going to go ahead and route this around for approval. Okay, now as the AP processor, my job is done, and now it goes on for approval. So now, as you can see here, I am logged into my version of Sage Paperless ePortal. This allows me to access all the invoices in my queue for approval from any electronic device. Because it is in a web browser, it can be you know, any Apple device, any Android device. It really doesn't matter. As long as you can access the internet, you would be able to approve your invoices electronically. Okay, as you can see here, I've got several different ways that I can view my different documents. I can look at them as specific jobs only. So when I click on the job number, it's only going to show me the invoices that apply to that job. I can look at everything that's pending my approval. I can even look at things I rejected or put on hold or previously approved, and so on and so forth. So it's nice to be able to categorize things and look at things based on how you want to approve. Maybe I don't have a lot of time today, but I know that I do need to approve all the invoices for this particular job, because maybe we need to start issuing payments to our subcontractors. So that's what I've done here. I've went ahead and clicked on this job. This is only showing me the invoices in my queue for that particular job. And now I can look at a couple different things. I can see who the vendor is, what the invoice is, the amount of the invoice, and so on. When I click on details, it's going to give me all that information on the actual invoice itself. So all the header information that you would typically see, as well as the AP distribution information. So I can see what job, what GL account, what cost code, etc. this particular line item went to. And if I need to, I can make adjustments to this entry. Okay, so I could change the type, I could split the amount if it should go to multiple different cost codes. I can make all those adjustments. You'll also notice that I can see the actual document itself. So here is the document, and now I can see everything that I want to about this document. Now I have a couple options up here at the top. I can, this particular document is on hold, so maybe there was some sort of issue on this document. So I could remove it from hold, I could reject the document, or I can approve that document. I can also see various notes. So I put that this does not match the agreed upon price, and so that's why I placed this particular item on hold. So let me go back to another invoice here. So here's another invoice. This was the invoice we just scanned in earlier. And as you can see, here is that document. Okay, so that's the one we did at the beginning. And now again, I can see all the information, what job it was coded to, so on and so forth. And now this looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and approve this particular document. So when I click approve, it shows that this document has been approved, and now it's out of my queue. Then I can go to the other documents that are in my queue. You have several ways that you can view documents. So you can have them in a list form like this, or you can also view them in a card form like so. The card form is really good when you have devices like phones or maybe iPads or tablets. It's a little bit more streamlined and easier to view in this format. So you have a couple different formats. Again, it works exactly the same as it does the way I was showing you before. It gives you all the same information, allows you to view the documents, and so on. You also have the ability to download the documents onto your mobile device as well. Okay, another feature within here, it allows you to search for documents. So maybe I want to look at insurance certificates, or perhaps I want to look at some credit card receipts, or maybe I need to look at lien waivers. As long as I have access to these documents inside Sage Paperless, I'm able to look at those documents and search for different criteria. So it's really nice to be able to access these things without having to be in the office. I can search for them anywhere I have an internet access. Okay, so the next piece is the Sage Paperless eCapture. And what that does is that tool allows a user to capture invoices on the go. So for example, perhaps I have a company credit card and I need to capture all my charges right from my mobile phone and submit them to Paperless for review or for approval. So what you can see here is here I've got my mobile phone here, and you'll see this eCapture app right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that app, and I'm going to go ahead and log in with my same username and password that I used for the ePortal to approve invoices. And now I'm going to pick the type of document that I want to submit. So I can either submit an AP invoice, a receiving ticket, credit card receipts, or even job photos. Depending on the version of eCapture that you get, you can also send additional types of documents to Sage Paperless. So with eCapture Advanced, you can submit insurance certificates, lien waivers, blueprints, really any type of document that you want to remotely. So in this particular example, I'm just going to pick AP Invoice, and I'm going to go ahead and begin. So the first thing you'll notice is it's having me select a queue. So if I had access to other users' queues, then I can add this information to their queue so they would be able to see that information. So I'm just going to put this in the standard AP queue. I can pick the vendors. It's going to show from a list of my vendors. I can even find the vendors here and select them that way. And I can put the basic information about this particular document, invoice date, subcontract number, job number, etc. All of this information is linked directly to your Sage software. So I can see all of my current jobs and so on and so forth. So it makes it very easy for people on the go. So once I put in all of my required information, then I have the ability to look for a photo that's already maybe in my photos, or I can take a photo using the camera. So now you can see here, I'm going to take this photo of this receipt. Okay, so now I've got this receipt. I'm going to use this photo, and I'm going to submit this document to Sage Paperless. All right, so now this has been submitted to the AP queue in the back office. So now, when I'm back in here, you'll notice as the AP person, I will be able to see any document. So there it is. There's that document. I can see that picture that I just took of this receipt. And now I can, again, route this around for approval, put in any additional information into the system that I might need for coding purposes, and so on and so forth. So it makes it very easy for users that are outside of the office to approve invoices, to capture invoices and documents out in the field. And it keeps everybody in touch with each other, keeps the communication open, and it streamlines your processes by allowing users, no matter where they're located, to access and approve these types of documents. So those are just some of the tools that are available with Sage Paperless mobile piece. So if anyone has any questions, I'd like to go ahead and open that up.
Everyone is muted, but feel free to type in questions into the Q&A box at the bottom of your toolbar. You can also raise your hand if you'd like to verbally ask a question, and we can unmute your mic. Okay, well, this webinar is being recorded, so we will have the recording available for you to share with anyone on your team. If you have questions in the future, feel free to email us, or you can give us a call. If you'd like to dive deeper into Sage Paperless and maybe get a cost estimate for your team, feel free to reach out to us for that as well. Thank you so much, Olivia, for a great presentation. And everybody, have a great week. We'll see you next week for our next webinar.
Bye, everyone.